Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to be starting my second vlog for my TBR challenge. This is a challenge where I'm attempting to read all of my books that I haven't read down to 0. And we were at, 107? And I did finish one book in the last vlog, but I did buy My Friends by Frederick Bachman. So we're back to 107. But I mostly buy books in the spring because I'm traveling for volleyball, and so I'm at lots of bookstores. So that number shouldn't go up for a while. But this vlog, we're going to start with book 2 of the Combat Codes called Griever's Blood. And this is by Alexander Darwin. And the story that we're following Kego. And he was an orphan boy on the streets, and he was like an underground fighter. And so now he has been recruited to this fight school in order to learn how to be a Griever Knight. And a Griever Knight is basically a one-on-one combat soldier who gets sent to solve like the country's problems. So like if you are at war with somebody, you don't send out an entire army, you send out one dude, and it's make or break. So we're following Kego as he is going through this fight school and learning how to be a Griever Knight, and he is fantastic. I love him. He is so good at what he does, and he's so smart. Like, he has got the street smarts that it takes to, like, actually do this kind of thing. And we're also following his trainer, well, his recruiter, basically, and his name is Murray, and he is trying to figure out all of, like, the political stuff that's happening behind the scenes. So, super excited to get into this one. I think it's been, like, a year, maybe more since I read it. I can't believe I remember so much about the first one. But, like, it really stuck with me. So, super excited to get into this. And I'm actually going to listen to an audio because if we've not noticed yet, take a really long time with physical reads, even if they're, like, this small. So, definitely got it on audio so that I can actually make some progress. So, I'll keep you updated. Okay. So, I have started Griever's Blood, and I thought that going into it, I had remembered quite a bit of it. I didn't even remember the biggest reveal, so that had to come back. Thankfully, I was able to remember based on the pieces that I got in the first couple of chapters. So I was able to actually remember, like, oh yeah, that was a thing. So that was super helpful. So I think that I am mostly caught up now. I'm not entirely liking it like I like the first one. And I think a lot of that is because of the fact that, 1, we're setting up again. And 2, we are following a third perspective that we didn't follow in the first one. And we're getting that perspective quite a bit. And I don't care about her perspective. In the first book, we followed Kego and Murray. And then occasionally we would follow like a couple other people to sort of get more behind the scenes sort of stuff from the school and like the government type stuff. But in this one, we're following someone else who is separated from the group. And we didn't follow her in the first one. We were introduced to her in the first one. So like I know her. I just don't care. And so I'm having a hard time so far during her chapters because I just really want to get back to Kego. Because I don't feel like we've gotten a lot of him yet. And so that's a bit of a bummer. But so far I'm liking Kego's chapters, and I really like Murray's chapters. I really like Murray as a character. I don't know what it is about like the old has been, so now he's like drinking and not really doing anything with his life. I don't know what it is about those characters, but I really love those characters. And right now he is just not being very productive. And then I'm expecting him to start being productive. And so like I'm excited for him to get to that. And I'm excited for Kego because Kego has like met his matches on some of these fights that he's been in so far. And the poor thing, he's going to spend a lot of time in the med ward. because he's going to get beat up a lot. But I look forward to a lot of that growth that he's going to have. I really like him. I really want to go back to his original time that we met him and like reread that section because, oh, it was fantastic. I love when Murray first meets him. It was great. But anyways, yeah, I'm not super far. Maybe 6, 7 chapters, I think. So not too far yet. So we'll see. Okay, so I have been reading Griever's Blood, sort of. Barely. I've been barely reading it. And I am not having a great time. Like, at all. Like, I am 12 chapters in, and I just don't care. Like, just don't care. I probably went a week without listening to it at all, at minimum a week, maybe a week and a half, 2 weeks. And I just don't have any desire to go back to it. So I think I'm going to go ahead and DNF it, which is unfortunate because I really wanted to love them. And I loved the first book. Loved the first book. And I'm just not enjoying the second one. And I don't even know that's anything the book is doing wrong or bad. I just don't care. And I can't even, I don't even know why. It's just nothing's happening. And I think that maybe part of it is like nothing is happening. And so I just don't care. And I think 12 chapters is definitely long enough for me to have given it a chance. And so I'm just going to move on. And the next book that I'm going to read for this vlog is Jade City by Fonda Lee. This is a book that I'm sure everyone has heard about if you've not already read it, because I think half the booktube has read it already. But so, from my understanding, we're following like this family, and they're like a mafia gang. I don't know. It's kind of how I feel everything's happening. And so, we're following this family as they deal with the ins and outs of their organization and things like that. And so, everyone seems to love this book, and it is pretty hyped. And I think a lot of that hype has kind of come down now because it's been a couple of years since Jade City came out. And so I think I'm finally ready to read it. And it was one of the books that I was planning to read this year. So it'd be good to go ahead and do it. I'm kind of in the mood for it. I hope I like it, because I want to be involved, We all like to be involved and get in on the hype, even if it is 2 years later, Better late than never, I guess. So I will keep you updated. Hopefully I like the beginning, but we'll see. Okay, so I've been listening to Jade City, and I'm like 4 hours into this audiobook, and I don't care. And I hate that. I wish I cared, but I don't care. I'm hoping that once we hit like a big inciting incident that I might care a little bit more. Because they've had some like minor things happening, some character building, but we haven't really had anything happening yet. And I'm hoping that once we get a little bit more action going, that I might actually like it a little bit more. So far, we've met some of the family members of this family. I don't know what to call them. And we're following a couple of different perspectives. We just followed Andon as he was talking to the enemy and then coming back to his home to talk negotiations and things like that. And I was hoping that when like that settled that I would care, but I don't yet. So I'm really hopeful that I'll care in a few minutes. Well, here soon. I'm thinking that I'll listen to like 5 or 6 hours of this audiobook, and then if I still don't care about anything at that point, then I'll probably DNF. I hope not though, because I really want to like Jade Legacy. Everyone loves it. I just don't understand just yet. But I think it's a 19-hour audiobook, so I think 5 to 6 hours is probably a fair enough shot. So here's hoping. Okay, guys, so I'm gonna DNF Jade City. I'm 26% in, and I just don't care. Now, I don't know if that's just a me problem. I don't know if I just don't like the story. I don't know if I'm just too stressed to really appreciate it, and it's taking me forever to read it. I don't know what it is. I just don't care. And Oh, it's such a bummer because everyone really loves it and I wanted to really love it, but I just don't care at this point. Maybe I'll come back to it, but I have no idea. And I currently don't have any plans to come back to it just because I really don't care. And that sucks. And I gave it a good try though, 26%. That's a fourth of the book. So yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and DNF it. I am gonna start Night of the Mannequins by Stephen Graham Jones. This one is so short. It is a 3-hour audiobook. So I should have it finished in the next couple of days because it's not gonna take me long at all. And I've got to drive to Casey County. And it's like a 45-minute drive from where I'm at. And then it's like an hour home. So I have a lot of drive time coming up. But this story is following this group of friends. I don't know if we're going to get multiple perspectives. Probably not. Probably just be the one character where these teenagers decide to play a prank. So they take this mannequin and sneak it into a movie theater. Well, then the mannequin kind of comes to life and it starts to kill people. So that's interesting. I kind of already know the twist because I listened to Murphy Napier's vlog on it and it was spoiler filled because I was like, I'm never going to read that kind of thing. But then I saw this at Barnes and Noble and they were doing the whole buy one, get one half off. And I'm going to take advantage of that. And that was the only book that I found that I had any interest in at all. So that was one I picked. So I kind of already know the twist. But I think it'd be really interesting to read it and see all the little breadcrumbs that lead to that. And Murphy really loved it. I think she read it back to back. Like she read it and then she reread it again because she just loved it so much. If I remember correctly, I think that was like last year, so I could be wrong. But that will be another book taken off of my list. So making some good progress. Sad that it's DNFs mostly, but that's the way that it is. But I will probably update maybe halfway, maybe when I finish it. Who knows? Okay, so I read Night of the Mannequins and I read it super quick. It was super easy. I think it was like a 3-hour audiobook. At this point, I don't know that I even updated you or told you anything about it. I have no idea. So, just in case I haven't, Night of the Mannequins is following this group of kids. And I mean, we follow one perspective, but he's got a group of friends. And what they do is they sneak this mannequin into the movie theater as a prank. And then the mannequin comes to life and starts killing people. I don't know. It was fine. I like the voice of it and I like how everything was told. I just don't really care. And I feel like I partially didn't have a good experience with it because of the fact that I watched Murphy Napier's vlog and it was very spoilery. So, like, I knew the whole thing, I knew all the spoilers. And I think that was part of my problem. And so I didn't really get to experience it the way that it was intended to be experienced. And I think the way that she told it was that you were thinking things were happening one way and then there's a twist. I never thought things were happening one way. I knew the entire time that things were happening the way that they were. And I think that that's probably why I didn't enjoy it as much because I didn't get the big reveal. But like now that I've like read it, like I don't see how you can see it any other way. You know? Like I feel like the way that I read it and the way that I saw it from start to finish, it's the only way that you would possibly be able to see it. So I don't know how much that hindered that experience. It's fine. I don't care. Either way, it's fine. So I don't really have a whole lot to say about it. Yeah, so I don't really have a whole lot to say about it. I mean, it was fine. I read it. That's it. Um, it was super short, so there's not a whole lot to be able to say that's not spoilery. Um, yeah, that's really about it. But have you read any of these? I think this is the vlog of the DNFs. But let me know your thoughts in the comments, and I will see you in the next one.